Today we're going to talk about white tea. White tea is probably the easiest tea to make from a processing standpoint. White tea is either made up of just the buds of the tea plant or the bud and the first two leaves. The leaves, once they're plucked, they go through a very long withering process. And during this withering process, the leaves just start to develop this beautiful aroma. That's why white teas typically have, some of the most fragrant aromas, much more so than yellow teas or green teas in my view. It's during this long wither that can sometimes last for several days, depending upon the weather and the other factors of humidity, temperature, if it's being done indoors. And some tea producers will wither them for a time and then dry them. But that's really it. I mean, white tea production is quite simple. There are variations that you'll find in these production processes. Some people are experimenting with other different leaf sets and plucking standards for white tea. But the most common ones you'll find on the market are Silver Needle and Bai Mu Dan style white teas, which are the multiple leaves that I was talking about. And white tea production is widespread. I would say almost every tea producing nation is experimenting with white tea or is producing white tea today. And the tastes vary greatly from origin to origin. It's a beautiful tea category to explore. One thing I should mention about white tea, when you're buying white tea online or from a tea shop, tea retailers recommend to steep it at a very low temperature, like 160, 175 Fahrenheit. I really don't agree with that. And there are a lot of tea folks that are behind me on this. I think that white teas can withstand near boiling water, and that actually does a better job at pulling out some of the soluble solids and sweet characteristics of these teas. So if you are into white tea and you're used to using a very low temperature to steep the tea, crank it up to 11 and see what you get out of it. But it's a beautiful tea category and definitely another one worth exploring. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page, where I do have an infographic that covers all the different types of tea and how they are processed. You can grab that for free. And don't forget to subscribe below. That just kind of gives me the impetus to continue to create these videos and make more content for you all. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.